I believe we have to codify Roe v. Wade in the law, and the way to do that is to make sure that Congress votes to do that. And if the filibuster gets in the way, it's like voting rights. It should be, we provide an exception for this, require an exception to the filibuster for this action.
It only took President Biden about a week to call on Congress to codify the right to an abortion into federal law, even if it requires getting rid of the filibuster in the Senate. Reuters is now reporting that Biden officials are concerned that more radical moves would be politically polarizing ahead of November's midterm elections, undermining public trust in institutions like the Supreme Court. So could we see this end to the filibuster, a one-off end maybe, or the potential political consequences too much for Democrats to bear? Joining me now to discuss, senior editor at The Federalist, David Harsanyi. David, appreciate you being with us.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
So I have to say, I wish they would stop with this issue is so important that will break the filibuster, because I remember when a year ago it was H.R. 1 is so important that we will have to break the filibuster. Of course, they didn't. But, I mean, how do we even take them seriously on this stuff after a while? It's like either get rid of the filibuster or don't, but stop pretending.
Well, don't get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to do it. I just think this is for show because a lot of people are mad about Roe v. Wade on the left, so he wants to pretend that he's doing something. I don't think it's going to happen, but I do think it's really destructive, mostly because you're normalizing the idea that if you don't get what you want, you could just simply, destroy a norm or destroy an institution like the Supreme Court if you don't like it. I mean, Biden is literally in Madrid criticizing and attacking an institution in the United States. I mean, I think that's unprecedented. I'm not 100% sure, but it was pretty bad. Also, the funny thing about this, maybe not so funny, is that he wants to make an exception for the filibuster only for stuff he wants, so that only Democrats can use it for bills they want to pass, but Republicans, they can't use it, right? It doesn't work that way. Harry Reid tried this with the judicial filibuster and it was destroyed. And if Democrats do it now, it will be destroyed for legislation and they'll pay a heavy price in the long run for it.
Plus, it wasn't that long ago that Biden himself was saying ending the filibuster was a dangerous thing to do. In fact, it was in 2019 when he said this.
Should they end the legislative filibuster if that's what's needed to pass gun reform?
I think we have to make that call on the fly. Ending the filibuster is a very dangerous thing to do because it's been used by progressives our whole time to make sure that we did not get rolled over.
So yeah, he says back in 2019 there, David, that ending the filibuster is a bad idea. I mean, does anyone even pay attention? Like Joe Biden arguing with Joe Biden from 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago, it just doesn't matter to any of the people that are supporting him, right? He can say whatever, no principles, just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, he called the filibuster a pillar of democracy in 2005 or whenever it was. But this is a man who will drop 50-year-old positions because someone at Twitter is mocking him like that, like he did with the Hyde Amendment. So he has zero principles, and he's always been this way. He's never had any principles. People confuse his spinelessness and in trying to always be loved by the center of the Democratic Party for moderation, and that's not what it is at all. So I don't think people care about that. They don't pay attention. Most on the left, they just don't care anyway. They have two sets of rules we're supposed to play by. Democrats used the filibuster on Donald Trump, I think in 2019 and 2020, like 300 and something times, 28 times, I think. So they're incredibly shameless hypocrites about this. And I'm a huge fan of the filibuster. I think it's one of the only things saving federalism in any kind of way. If we didn't have it, I think it would lead to such a destabilization of government. So I'm a big fan of it. And Democrats in the Senate used to be big fans of it as well.